In episode 33, Olympus Unbound, Olympus manages to escape the Shadow World. The only way to do it is if Olympus defeats all of the monsters in there and absorbs their spirits into his body, which Olympus does. And then he escapes, and then he challenges the Power Rangers, and there's some awesome action in it, both like, you know, Ranger action and then Zord action. The Rangers, of course, conquer Prince Olympus and defeat him. But Olympus is still not dead. He survives. Like, Olympus is just escaping death by the hairs of his chinny chin chin. But yeah, Prince Olympus survives his fight with the Rangers, but he's very, very weakened. In fact, like, the place like that represents his star power on his body, like he has his star like right in the middle of his chest, that shit was broken too. Like, he was very damaged. So yeah, but everybody else thought he was dead. The Rangers thought he was dead. The demons thought he was dead. The only person that knew that Olympus was alive was Jinxer. So yeah, and Jinxer was very loyal to the prince. Alright, let's try to blaze through these episodes as quickly as possible. Alright. Episode 37, Wrath of the Queen. So in this episode, Queen Bansheera finally regains her full bodily form. How does she accomplish this? By absorbing Vypra. Yes, she kills Vypra and absorbs her life energy inside her, and then the queen is fully born. Yay! Also in this episode, Loki gives Diabolico a gift for being his friend throughout the millennium. When were they friends? Like, ever? Like, this was really a master-servant thing. Like, their relationship was really master-servant. Like, when were they friends? Like, I guess you could say they became friends after Loki helped Vypra, you know, revive Diabolico. But he said friends throughout, like, the millennium or whatever. No. But whatever, I don't know. They're just doing this so that they can fit the Sentai footage that happens later in the episode. Yeah. So, Loki challenges the Power Rangers after he asks permission from Queen Bansheera, and then Diabolico later hears Queen Bansheera speaking with Jinxer, and Queen Bansheera says that you guys are all expendable and she doesn't care about any of you. And Diabolico is really hurt by this. I mean, the queen that didn't give a damn about her son doesn't care about her servants either? Oh my god! So later in the episode, Loki dies due to the queen's manipulations. And yeah, after that, Diabolico takes it really personally because his friend died. His friend died. So after that, Diabolico's like, I can't serve the queen anymore. She's too evil. I know we're evil, but you know, that's just on a whole nother level of evil for me, man. I'm out. In episode 38, Rise of the Super Demons, Diabolico is walking through this forest and he runs into Prince Olympus. And Prince Olympus has regained his full powers. And then Diabolico and Prince Olympus just throw down. Like, they have a badass fight, man. Like, really, how were they able to direct such a badass fight with these bulky-ass costumes? Like, their costumes are so huge, you would think that their fight would suck, but it's just awesome. Like, really, if you've seen it, you know it's just awesome. They are just kicking each other's asses and stuff. It's just great. But in the end, Prince Olympus actually beats Diabolico, and then he brings Diabolico back to the Skull Cavern in front of, you know, Queen Bansheera. And the queen is like, Olympus, my son, you're alive. Like she cares, but whatever. And then the queen uses her power to take over Diabolico's mind and turn him basically into like a zombie servant. So yeah, Olympus and then zombie Diabolico go to attack the Power Rangers. And then eventually Queen Bansheera's mind control wears off and Diabolico starts to attack, you know, Prince Olympus. And then Diabolico tries to give Carter like the golden key. But before he could, Olympus destroys him. And then the Rangers destroy Olympus. And then Diabolico and Olympus are brought back to life again in giant size and made more powerful than ever. And then the Rangers, you know, they call all the Zords, and all the Zords lose. And then the Rangers pull out this Life Force Megazord out of their ass. Like, seriously, that Zord just came out of nowhere. And then they use the Life Force Megazord to finally destroy Prince Olympus and Diabolico for good. Yeah, for good. I'm serious. I know they keep coming back a lot, but seriously, this was the end of them. And then after these two super demons died, then the golden key, for some reason, magically went back to, like, that pit. I don't know why, it just did. It's magic, we don't question it. So yeah. And now we're on the finale. Alright, episode 39, The Fate of Lightspeed Part 1. So in this episode, Ryan is in that pit for whatever reason, I guess looking for more information. And then he discovers that the golden key is there. And then I think the golden key started showing him these visions of what the queen is really trying to plan. And then so after he sees this stuff, he decides to contact, the Rangers at the Aqua base and tell them, what the hell is going on. So he basically tells them that the queen is waiting for this eclipse. And then during this eclipse, she's going to revive all of her demons from the shadow world and bring them back and then just take over the world, basically. Yeah. But before, the Titanium Ranger could finish, explaining everything, Queen Bansheera shows up in the pit, and then she kidnaps him and the key, because she needs the key to perform her little spell of darkness or whatever. So after the queen kidnaps Ryan, the other Rangers are obviously upset about this, and Dana wants to go to the Skull Cavern to save her brother. But Carter, he's like, no, Dana, I'll go save him. And Dana protests this, it's like, he's my brother, I'll go save him. But, Carter goes anyway, because Dana's a girl, I guess, and this is man's work. I don't know. Like, it's her brother, why couldn't she go? You can't tell me that if Dana wasn't a man, that they wouldn't have let, her go. Like, this, I don't really understand why she couldn't go save her brother, but whatever. Like, they didn't even give a reason for it. It's just Carter was just, no, I really want to go. Whatever. So Carter goes to the Skull Cavern to save Ryan. The other Rangers stay in the Aqua base. And then something terrible happens. So after the Rangers had defeated, Diabolico and Olympus in the last episode, Jinxer had stuck like a battling card on the Life Force Megazord. So when Jinxer activates this card, a bunch of battling foot soldiers are going to come out of it and then just attack the Aqua base. So Jinxer activated the card in this episode, and a whole army of battlings just swarmed over the Aqua base, just swarmed over it. Like, everybody's just running and, trying to hide, and the Rangers are trying to fight them in the Aqua base, which was really a cool sequence, though. And they have these other guards in there, and they're basically worthless. Like, why don't these guards have, like, laser guns or something? They just have, like, these shields, and they're not doing anything against the battlings. Ridiculous. So, yeah, the Rangers are doing their best to try to fight the battlings, and the battlings have all these, like, little bombs and shit, and they have, like, these energy grenades, and, like, these energy launchers and stuff. Like, it was chaos in there. Chaos, I tell you. And then the battlings took over the Life Force Megazord, and then they started attacking the Aqua base with the Megazord and blowing up pods. It was just crazy, man. And like, everybody was trying to evacuate the Aqua base as best they could. So the Rangers and Miss Fairweather were able to get like everybody out of the Aqua base safely, and then they were about to leave, and then they realized, wait a minute, where's Captain Mitchell? And then they had to go look for Captain Mitchell. And Captain Mitchell is like in this big depression. He's like, my life's work gone forever. And it's like, nobody has time for this. It's like, we are about to die. Get your shit together. Seriously. And Dana kind of has to snap him out of it. Like, look, Dad, you still have us. You have me. I'm your daughter. And you have Ryan, your son. Like, come on. Stop this shit. We about to die. And then Captain Mitchell snapped out of it, and they were about to leave. But then, the battlings in that Life Force Megazord, they destroyed, like, the exit ramp, so they couldn't leave. And basically, the Rangers were, like, trapped in there. Great. Way to go, Captain Mitchell. Way to go. Okay, I don't remember where part 1 ends and part 2 begins, but, forget it. We're just going to talk about everything. So, Carter shows up in the Skull Cavern to save Ryan, and Ryan is being held up in some chains. Why is Ryan even held prisoner? What does the Queen need with him? Why didn't the Queen just kill him? The world may never know. But anyway, Carter goes to save Ryan, and then they have this fight with the Queen and the battlings. Yes, Queen Bansheera let Ryan keep his morpher too. Whatever, the Rangers have this fight with the battlings and the Queen, and then the Queen like blasts both Ryan and Carter out of her Skull Cavern. Meanwhile, the other Rangers and Miss Fairweather and Captain Mitchell are still trapped in the Aqua base and are about to drown because like the glass is breaking, water is dripping in, and everybody's really afraid of it. And really, I just love this scene. This is really what makes this finale, that everybody was just so afraid of dying in there, and like you could see it. Like there was the part where like the water started to come in and Kelsey, you know, she was sitting on the floor, and then she saw the water, and she just, you know, she just cuddled up to herself more, and I really thought that was a great scene. Like, that was awesome. Like, you could really, like, feel, like, what they're feeling in there. That's what I really love about this finale. And the Rangers, you know, they were trying to comfort each other. Like, Chad was trying to comfort Chelsea, and Miss Fairweather even tried to comfort Joel in this episode. She was like, you doing all right? You doing okay? You know? And she even said, like, I hope we don't die in here. Like, I would like to go on that date with you, you know? And Joel was like, girl, quit playing. This ain't the time. He's like, no, I'm being serious. And then Joel was like, okay, we got to get the hell out of here, you know? It's some really nice character moments in this finale. But I can't help but think that, you know, the Rangers probably could get out of this alive. Like, the Rangers can breathe underwater when they're morphed, you know? I mean, they had an episode in this season where a Ranger fought a monster underwater. Yeah, Chad had an episode where he fought the only demon that could be underwater. Yeah, Chad fought this demon underwater at one point. So they can breathe under there. So, just saying, I mean, like, nobody brought this up. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I mean, I don't necessarily expect the Rangers to just up and abandon Miss Fairweather and Captain Mitchell. I mean, they would kind of be dicks for that. But I expected somebody to bring it up. Not the Rangers, because, again, they'd be dicks for bringing it up. But you would think that Miss Fairweather or Captain Mitchell would be like, you guys need to go. You need to go save the city. Just forget about us. Like, it's alright, like, we don't matter, you know, just go save the city. But then the Rangers would be like, no, we can't leave you here, or something like that. I don't know, I just would expect this to be brought up, since the Rangers can breathe underwater. But whatever, it doesn't really ruin it that much for me. Like, the drama is still there, and I really get what they're going through. Besides, if the Rangers would have swam out, then the Life Force Megazord probably would have killed them. You never know. So, but yeah, Chad eventually discovers, like, a way out. Like, there was, like, this passageway on the floor, and they opened it, and Chad realized, like, they could swim through there. So everybody just swam down there. Like, they had, like, these breathing things, I forgot, like, the technical term for it. They had, like, these breathing things they put up in their mouths, and they were able to swim down there, and they swam to this submarine tank. And then everybody got into the submarine tank, and they were able to get out. And they shot down the Life Force Megazord with missiles on the submarine, and they got the hell out of there. Back to Queen Bansheera. So Queen Bansheera brings her skull cavern to the city of Mariner Bay, and then she tries to do, you know, the spell that will call on the eclipse and then bring her demons back to life. Like, she has the tomb from that pit in the skull cavern, and then she puts the golden key in it, and then she decides to use her dark magic spell to revive her demons. Forces of evil, hear my call, gather now as darkness falls. Ninja art, demon resurrection jutsu. So yeah, while Queen Bansheera is attempting to perform the Edo Tensei, all 6 Rangers burst back into the skull cavern, and they have another fight with Queen Bansheera and her batlings. So the Rangers fight a bunch of batlings and the Queen, and at one point Carter kicks Queen Bansheera into the tomb, and it looks like she fell in, but really she didn't. In fact, she was still hanging on, and she used, like, her little vines that come out of her fingers to grab Carter, and they, like, grabbed Carter, knocked him down there, and Carter was hanging on to, like, you know, the rock part of the tomb so he didn't fall in. And Queen Bansheera was like, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. And the Rangers are trying to grab for Carter's hand, and Carter's like, close the lid, close it. Like, Carter was about to sacrifice himself down there. The Rangers wouldn't do it though, and then the ghost of Diabolico shows up. And Queen Bansheera was like, Diabolico, just in time to help. Diabolico's like, yeah, help the Rangers destroy you. And Diabolico, you know, broke the vines that were holding on to Carter, and then the Queen fell all the way down into, you know, the tomb. Basically, she's in the shadow world now, and all the demons started, like, beating her up and tearing her apart into shreds. It was freaking awesome, and Diabolico was just laughing the whole time. And then the Rangers were able to pull Carter out of the tomb, and then they closed the lid, and that was the end of that. So yeah, the Rangers saved the day and stopped the apocalypse. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this season. The Rangers saved the day. So yeah, the finale was really, really good. It's not my favorite, but damn it, this finale is very good, and it's very entertaining, and it's a very fitting end to this season. Lightspeed Rescue as a whole is a very good season too. Yeah, dare I say I like it more now than I did as a kid. Like, I've always liked it, but I like it more. Maybe that comes from the more crappier seasons that have come later, but yeah, I really do enjoy Lightspeed. Joel, pretty much is the best Ranger in this season. He was enjoyable, entertaining as hell. He'll keep you laughing throughout the whole season. And I just love that he ended up with Miss Fairweather at the end. Like, in fact, they were about to go on like a date at the end of the finale. Like, freaking awesome. And next year, in their team up with the Time Force Rangers, we find out that him and Miss Fairweather got freaking married. Awesome. See, Jake, there's hope for you yet. So, yeah, good times. Chad, I like Chad too. Like, he was a cool Blue Ranger. Mostly because I like martial arts stuff, and he was a martial artist. A damn good martial artist at that. I just love how he fought, man. So, yeah. Oh, and he also had a little romantic thing with a mermaid. I shit you not. He had a romantic thing with a mermaid in some episodes that I skipped over. Like, seriously, it was great. Oh, and we found out that the mermaid's daddy was King Neptune, which means in the Power Ranger universe, they have Roman gods. Like, awesome. And, you know, this wasn't really expounded on until Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, where they introduced some more gods. But yeah, we'll get to that season in time. Alright, you guys, the Sky Cowboy is ending this review. So if you're watching, you know, thanks for that. And, you know, let me know what you think about Lightspeed. You know, what are the things that you like? What are the things that you don't like? You know, just comment, whatever. Alright, Jamata, thanks for watching.